client the other day, 2 hours a day she gained back, 14 hours a week, 600 hours a year.
Yeah.
TV.
So
She just said,
how do you prevent yourself from watching TV?
we don't have to. They do what we do. We watch maybe a Netflix movie on the weekend, maybe one or two or something, and that's about it. I watch YouTube programs with them. We got the premium, so we can watch educational mind. Like there's one called Mind Field. We watch programs. Oh, also Netflix, by the way, awesome show for kids and parents. The Kindness Diaries. And yeah, if you haven't ever heard about it, the guy's traveling the world living on the kindness of others. The gas in his car, the food he eats, the places he stays, the water he drinks, everything. And it's an awesome show. I actually met him. I met him when he came into Toronto, so we got to meet. So yeah. Anyway, but so we don't have to do that with them because they don't get immersed in it. They've never been subjected to TV, maybe for a little bit, the older one. But then after that, it was just strictly Netflix and YouTube. So we've and they see what we do, so they don't want to go immerse themselves into all that.
So for someone who realizes that he spends too much time on TV, so it's already present in the house, it's there in the central place of the living room. How do you get out of that habit, especially when you've got family members who are used to the TV? How do you help the whole family get out of that?
I don't know about helping the whole family, but you have to start off with the parents, right? You have to start off with the leaders. So it's what they do, because everybody underneath them is learning experientially. So whatever the parents do, doesn't matter if it's good or bad, they do it. So that's where it'd have to start. So if, like the other day when I was talking with my client, I said to her, what can you stop doing that's totally useless, no value, and you could start doing something, you could learn something, or you could use your time wisely, or maybe have some meditation time. And she said, I watch TV. How much? 2 hours every night. I said, can you give it up? Yeah. Good. Okay, let's do that for the next 7 days. And you check in and see how well you did. Right? Yeah. But when I said, 14 hours a week, 60 hours a month, 90 hours or 600 hours a year, that hits home. It's like, whoa, 600 hours, that's 40-hour weeks. That's a lot of time, right? So, but it's just a realization.
Netflix is the new TV, like it's so easy to go on Netflix and you've got all this great offering, and maybe you don't spend 2 hours in front of the TV, but you're as likely to spend 2 hours on Netflix. It's a difficult temptation, same as social media. All that is really hard to you may have, I think the way I function is I have cycles where I'm very aware of the things that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing, and I'm able to remove them from my life. And it goes for a few weeks or months, and then slowly it comes back. It starts creeping into your life. You've watched 2 movies in a row, rather like in 2 days in a row, rather than only once per week or something like that. Or you've reinstalled Facebook because you started marketing on Facebook, and therefore you need to be back onto the Facebook scene. And all these things start creeping again. And for me, I have an event often, discussing with someone or realizing that I'm wasting some of my time, and I remove all these things, and the cycle starts again.
Right. So, well, do you want me to comment on that? Because I've got some great ideas. So first of all, what I see happening is I call it habit gravity. So it's like, you've basically said, or you realize, oh, this is not good, right? So then you stop it, right? But you haven't made a commitment to stop it. Like you just said, okay, I'm not going to do it. It's not a full commitment. And there is a way to make commitments that I'm going to share with you in a moment. But so the idea is that, if you can see it for what it is, it's a habit. It's been a practice that you've done for a long time, and habits they're very sticky, right? And that's why I call it habit gravity. Like it'll pull you right back down. It's like, hey, don't climb that mountain. Base camp is nice. Just stay here, warm, cozy, right? The comfort zone, right? So what's our comfort zone? And entertainment is comfort, definitely comfort zone. I mean, why do we have TV and series and all that? I don't watch any series, by the way, or any TV. But so that's it. But the easiest way to get out of it, and I'm borrowing an idea from a book called Atomic Habits, is just write a statement. I am, or I will do this, right? And that's it. I am watching Netflix only on weekends, 1 or 2 movies. That's it. Something like that, right? And you make that statement. And if you want to write it multiple times, you can if you like, but you don't really need to. You just need to write it once, put it someplace where you have it, put it in your fridge or something like that. And that's your commitment. And then at the end of the week, you ask yourself, you check in, journal, or just if you want to keep it stats of it or something like that, and say, okay, how did I do this week? Oh, look, okay, look, I got 5 out of 7 days. Solid. Okay, good. Right. And then it brings our attention to our results. It feels good, gets down to the heart, right? Which says, hey, I did something good. I feel good about it. I didn't waste all this time. I learned some things. I had meditation, free time, family time, time with my child, right? All that. And then it starts rooting you into a new practice. Because
actually, this moment of realizing that you've made progress, whatever the progress is important to take note of that progress. And you can see it in the meditation apps. Generally, the first session, they say, how do you feel after this session? Do you feel good, a bit more relaxed? And it's all to help you realize that you, like positive reinforcement, sorry. The brain will start being wired that this habit is a good thing for you, and you will want to make it more of a habit.